All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the very first dev stream. Thank you all for the follows. Today, first of all, a disclaimer. Everything you're about to see is super work in progress. We are quite early, as most of you know, in the development. So a lot of the stuff that you see are either really unpolished or might completely change in the future. And another thing, I didn't script anything. I didn't write anything. I thought it'll just be better if I just open the engine and go through some of the stuff with you. This means it might take a bit longer for me to get my point across, but also it means that I don't know. I would trust someone that would do this more than if somebody would to script a live live stream like this. So yeah, we're just going into the engine, and I'm just gonna show you everything. One last thing, if you've been following the development before the Kickstarter happened, some of these stuff that I'm about to show you might just be a repeat. So, but I'm gonna show you guys everything because we have a lot of stuff that a lot of people who joined us from the Kickstarter that have not been here since the beginning. So yeah. Right, so now I have Sunnyside open. This is 4.26 in Unreal Engine, and I'm just above the clouds right now, and we can slowly go down and descend onto the map. So I am super far from the map. As you can see, this is the map in its entirety. I'm really far away. You can see like the trees are not rendering because I'm that far away. But yeah, I thought this would be a good time to showcase the clouds. I know I've talked about it a lot in the last few days, but I just love the way they work. But we'll get to weather later. For now, I just wanted to show you guys the map there real quick. So over there is where the farm is. You have this really rather small plot of land, I would say. This would be your starter bit of the map. And there's this area on this side, which you can unlock later and basically buy it and expand it. We are talking in the team about expanding the farm locations to more than just one place in the map. So basically imagine having multiple farm lands, I guess, around the map, and you can fast travel between them and you can buy them. One pro to this is that you can specialize these different plots of land. So for example, you can have a just uniquely animal farm. You can do forestry in one. You can grow trees in just one of them. So and because the map is so big, imagine having your first farm over there, another one just up there, another one in that corner. Yeah. I think it'll be a good idea to have different plots of land, and you will be able to fast travel between them without losing time. Because in a gameplay sense, it will be weird for you to like wake up in the morning, and then by the time you make it to the other side of the town, your cows are already really angry because you haven't fed them. So yeah, that's one of the bits that I wanted to talk about. So yeah, let's just jump into the game. So yeah, that's your house, and this is the farm. We have a hotbar at the bottom, similar to Minecraft and Stardew Valley, so that you can quickly switch between the items that are in your inventory. And down here you have also some indicators to show you what you can use. And yeah, but you can go into the buildings without any loading screen because they're all part of the same map. And if I quickly press Q, then we'll open our inventory. I actually don't know why that's happening. He's not supposed to have a background around him, but we'll get to that. But inventory management is something that has been implemented, so you can move things around your inventory. You still can't split the stacks, but that is something really easy to implement. But you have a bit of a management here. And one more thing I should mention, this border around the top means that this is your hotbar. This is what accessible to your hotbar. And these slots open up as you expand your inventory. So you can basically get yourself a backpack upgrade, just like Stardew, and you get more slots to be able to carry things around. Yeah, that's pretty much the inventory of the game. Connected to this is a crafting system. So if I press C, we'll open the crafting menu. Now, there's one more thing I should mention right here. I might be going a bit too fast, by the way. Let me know if I was going too fast over these. We want to change some of these menus in a way that instead of a 2D menu that you would go through, you would actually see a 3D object. Now let me explain this a little bit better. Imagine instead of having this crafting menu, you would actually go stand in front of a table, the camera would zoom onto the table, and then instead of these being 2D images on a user interface, you actually have the items 3D on your workbench, and then you can move them, put them together, and then it would just like do a little nice poof animation, and then it will give you the object. That's where we want to go, and I've kind of half developed that, but it's not ready to be shown yet. So this is the very first version of the crafting menu we have. Right, so of course you get to you can just select whichever of these you want. There's categories up here, you can favorite them, all your normal stuff from Animal Crossing and Stardew. But one thing that is different to Stardew, I would say, is that we're gonna have a crap ton more crafting stuff. So there's gonna be so many more crafting blueprints, crafting recipes that you can receive, unlock, or find in the world. Yeah. And yeah, you just select one of these, and then you can create 1, 5, or 10 of them. Again, I like to change this so that instead of 1, 5, 10, you can choose as many as you want to craft. I'm looking at you, Animal Crossing, where you have to craft them one by one, so I wanted to let you be able to craft multiple at the same time. And I already have a campfire crafted, and once you do that, yeah, you get to just place it down, of course, wherever you want, and it lights up by default. Turn it off. Oh, put it out, not turn it off. I'm not, you don't turn off fire, you put it out. Yeah, that's a quick look at the crafting. Thank you. Yeah, the sound effect is really important in the inventory, as you mentioned. So the sound effects, I want them to be quite snappy and modern sounding. By the way, our sky is not hooked to the time, so although it says it's 4:15, it's still 9 in the morning. So that's because we updated our sky to have those volumetric clouds, but we haven't fully fixed it yet. So in the final game, right now we don't have it, but in the final game you get to go to a carpenter and ask them to build you a building, and then they will give you this marker that then you can put down. So this one is, for example, for the barn that you can have animals in, cows as of now, but obviously pigs, alpacas, and all of those coming soon. And yeah, you just click it down, and then you put it down, and when you sleep and when you skip time, it takes like 3 days, 5 days, it depends on what you're building. Then your building will be spawned there. So I have a debug button. If I press 1, I'll just sleep where I am. I'll advance to the next day, so we can try that. But it will take much longer in the final game. And yeah, this is the example of a barn. If you get yourself an upgrade, you'll be able to get hay through there, kind of like the fodder you could get from what was it called? Pretty much any Harvest Moon game you can have the fodder upgrade. And you can buy yourself some animals to put in there. And yeah, we can try to do that right now. But before that, there's another placeable item that we have in the game right now. It's just a fence that you can build. This is an example of kind of designing of the farm, I would say. This is going to get expanded heavily. So it's not just going to be fences. We want you to be able to put down walls, and we want you to be able to make your own buildings if you want to. Not to Minecraft level of buildings, but you basically will have the different... So yeah, you'll be able to put down these bits of wall to make small or big buildings. One issue I always had in Stardew and Harvest Moon, and something I wished for, was that I could make my own workshops, so that I could put my own equipment in there. Like I could have... I could make my own wine cellar. I know there's a cellar upgrade in Stardew, but I could make my own version of that. That'd be pretty cool. Sims X farming, yeah, basically. Right, so for you to be able to buy an animal, we have a quick shop system currently that you can use. If we're going to talk about decoration, please, textures, wood walls, decorations, and all that stuff, as well as color variety is needed. I definitely agree with you. So one thing I've been really working hard at was to make a system similar to Animal Crossing. You know how in Animal Crossing you can draw your own textures? I really want that in the game. because I think there's so much potential in you just being able to do that. We're going to try to do that, but if it's not possible, we're definitely going to let you choose a texture from on PC. We're going to let you choose a texture from your files to then put in the game. So that would open a lot of windows. But if we manage to make the editor to make patterns and stuff with, then you can expect an Animal Crossing level of it. So you can put it on the walls, on the floor. But other than custom created patterns, there will be a lot of variations. You can definitely buy wallpapers. You can definitely buy floor covers and whatnot. That will definitely be a thing. Right. So imagine you create your coop. Let's put it, I don't know. I like it here. Just like in an angle, maybe. Doesn't matter. And let's sleep one day so that can get spawned there. There we go. We got a coop over there. And it doesn't have any animals in it right now. So if I just go inside, it's empty. So we can then go to the shop and get some chickens. Purchase an animal chicken. And what should we call it, chat? Don't know if this has been mentioned, but can we change where the house is placed? Good question. You know, it's really a matter of if we want it to be or not, because it's not an engine limitation or programming limitation. If we want the house to be movable at the start, yeah, we can. If you guys want it to be, sure, we can just let it be movable. So when you move into the house, you get to choose where your house is. Sounds like a good idea, because obviously our engine, our world is super changeable. So you can place buildings wherever you want. So the house can just be wherever as well. Dumpling, yes. Oh, no. So we got dumpling. Thank you. Giant chicken for the future. Definitely giant chicken for the future. You guys really want the giant chicken, don't you? And I'm gonna call one nugget because that's what I always call my chickens in every game. And because you just bought them, they're obviously chicks. They're not chickens. So if we go over there, if I open the hatch for them, there they go. It's dumpling. And that is nugget. Yeah. I can pet them. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so petting doesn't have animation. And I think this is also a good time to talk about animation. Animations in our game currently suck. And a big portion, not a big portion, but a good amount of the money you guys are pledging in Kickstarter is going to go towards animating. So we're probably going to recruit an animator that will do all the animating for us, because currently I'm really not happy. I'm not even happy with the running cycle. I don't think it looks good as good as it should. And so, for example, when you pet an animal, it won't just be an animation popping on top of their heads. You actually go down and pet them on the head. And yeah, that'll be better. And yeah, you can go inside. You can put food in there for them and water. I don't have food. So they're just going to be hungry for the day. But if you wait long enough, then they will grow into chickens. But I think there's something else I can show you guys that I haven't before. The phone. So if we open the phone, then we have a few apps here. One of them is called Animals. And here we go. We have Dumpling and Nugget. They're just 0 months and 0 days old because we just bought them. And they are very hungry. We don't have any cows, so that's empty. But yeah, if I close this app and if I skip a few days forward, I don't think, no, there's still chicks. Let me answer a question while we wait for this. Question, can you make parts, dirt parts, stone parts? Yes, you can. You absolutely can. It's essential to have a customizable world. One thing people do in Animal Crossing all the time is making parts to absolutely everything. So yeah, you can definitely put different parts, and there are different types of them, like dirt path, stone path, maybe little wooden cute ones as well. The animals. Oh, one of them's grown. Look at them. They're squaring up. Why are they fighting? I'm gonna take the camera into free mode, and we can go and see what the hell are they doing. Why are they fighting? The AI is really stupid, but you know, it's stupid in a way that is cute. By the way, the animals have footsteps. I'm not sure if you guys can hear them, but they have really quiet footsteps. They're really going at it. Anyway, and on the phone app, again, we can just talk about the different apps that we have. We have a camera app that lets you take photos. You can zoom in on stuff. You can place a waypoint. So if I want to go explore up there, although I can't, I can put a waypoint down. If I want to go up there, yeah, you can just put down a waypoint. And you can, of course, just take photos. So Q is to take photos, so I can take a photo of my chicken if I go... if I just open this for them. Go to the camera app. Please look at the camera. Nope. It's kind of like my cat. Whenever you open the camera, they just walk away. Anyway, I'm gonna take a photo. And if you open the gallery, there you have all those photos that you just take. Very simple app, but one thing that is really cool about the phone app and the gallery is if you can print these photos out. So if you take photos with your favorite bachelor or bachelorette, you can make a shrine for them if you want to. You can take photos of yourselves with them, or if you want to go the cute route, you can just take photos with your family, put them on the wall. Really simple stuff for us to program, but goes a long way. You can you can print these photos out. In the phone app, we also have a weather app. Simple stuff, just shows the weather. It's currently all clear, so yeah. Another thing that actually a lot of our lovely backers don't know about is the just chopping down trees. So if you hold T, you open a toolbar thingy, and the top one is the axe, of course, so you can just chop down the trees. And the important thing to keep in mind about the trees is that any tree in the game is choppable, so you can break any tree anywhere, even if it's like next to an NPC's house. You can just go and chop that down. Yeah, so all of these trees that you see, they're all breakable. Of course, you're bound to your stamina, so you can't just go on a rampage and break every tree in the game. But yeah, that's the thing you can do. Talking about tools, the other one is the hoe. Obviously, mandatory in any farming game. You get to put down soil. Animation sucks, I know. We're gonna work on that. And yeah, I have some turnips and I have some strawberries, so I can go ahead and put some of the turnips down. And because this is a debug build, all of the plants are just watered by default, so we don't have to water them. And if we wait a day, I think they should just all be grown. Nope, I think it takes more than just a day. There we go. So that's the first stage for them. If we wait a bit longer, it should be fully grown. There we go. And yeah, we got some turnips. And I can eat them if I want to. Why not? Right. And this, you might be wondering what this is in the corner. This is where you can sell your stuff. So in every Harvest Moon game, and Stardew does it too, you can't sell stuff to vendors, to shops, but you have a selling point near your farm, which you can sell almost everything to. So I can sell my wood in there, I can sell my turnip seeds. I just ate all the turnips that I had, so I can't sell that. But yeah, you deposit it, confirm it, and it's gone. It's sold. And next day, you will receive the money for it. So you guys are saying, I have one request. In order to do special architecture, shall we have angles on the walls? Yeah, as you can see, well, I put that down, but already the stuff that you can put down like this, you can have them at an angle, at a 45-degree angle. And we're going to keep the same thing for walls, so that you can have these at a 45-degree angle. Obviously, this doesn't look that different, but for walls, yeah. And I think this would be a good time to show you guys the seasons. Can we stop time when we're looking at menus? Yes, the time will be paused when you're looking at menus, that's for sure. Except for when you have your phone out. When you have your phone out, you won't be, the time will not be stopped then. I'm just going through some of the questions that I missed. What about adding an MP3 player to the phone? Yeah, that sounds like a really good one. I don't think you will be able to do Spotify, YouTube music, but you can definitely do the songs that are in the game. Oh, one more thing I should mention, this is a good time to talk about it, is that there will be music to find in the game. You know how in, what's it called? Minecraft, you can find those vinyls you can find around the map with different tracks. Yeah, similar to that, you can find songs or receive them from NPCs. Not too many, but yeah, you can do that, and then you can play it on your MP3 player app. Right, now, the next thing I wanted to show you guys are the seasons of the game, and then we can kind of use this to also do the weather. I think, by the way, this is looking a lot better frame rate wise. I should have done this before. Yeah. So the seasons in the game, I have a button that I can press and it would instantly change the season for us. So if I just go ahead and put myself over here. Yep, so this is spring, of course. This is summer. You can see there's more green around the map. If we press 3, then this will be autumn. And it's not just the grass and the trees, the bushes change color. And of course, a bigger thing to all of these are the fact that NPCs will change their behavior, sort of thing. And you will see different animals and different foraging. And if I press 4, then it's my favorite season, winter. Yeah, FPS is now much better. I think it was because I was having my face on the stream, and I guess the stream just doesn't like to process my face. Anyway, this is a good time to showcase the snowdrift formation. So, I will leave really nice footprints in the snow. Really huge sucker for details like this. And yeah, you can draw whatever you like on the snow. So snowfall accumulates, yes, definitely. That's actually the next thing I want to show you guys during winter. So yeah, you can see the level of snow changing while I change this value. So the lower it is, the less snow we have on the ground, to a level that basically there's not much snow on the ground. But it can get really deep if we want it to be. So that's too much. So I can put it on 20, I can put it on 30, and then you can see the snow is super deep now. A good example of it is that if I get to this corner and then you can see the edge of this tree. Yeah, that's like when it starts to snow, and then it accumulates like that over time, and it gets deeper and deeper, and then we can make it as deep as we want, really, and then it will get deformed as you walk through it. And one thing I really love about the system is that how it works really nicely with the different materials that we have around the world. So if I, for example, here you can see the snow kind of finding its way into the flat bits of the map, and it does all of this automatically, and that's something I really love about it. And we have a similar system for the sand in the game. So if I go to somewhere that we have sand, like over here, and if I walk through it, I'll leave footprints, and I can also tell the game how deep we want the sand to be. And you can see the water obviously makes the sand look wet as well. Oh, hello. The stuff just spawned. Will snow depth affect NPC's pathing and other day-to-day gameplay? Like I would get, would I get snow in a blizzard and next day I'd have to shovel out? You know, we'll get to a point that we don't want it to hinder the player experience. We don't want it to get annoying for you. But if it's really snowing outside, if it's a blizzard, you can expect that most NPCs that have routines that they go out or do something outside, they probably won't do that on a blizzard. So you can expect a lot of NPCs just staying inside in the warm. And I think it's a good time to showcase the weather system for the game as well. So I've shown this in a few videos before, but I think because we have a stream now, it's the best time. So we have a few presets of weather. This one is obviously just clear skies. Then we get to partly cloudy. Then we can go fully cloudy. And as I showed you guys before, yeah, you can fly through the clouds if you want to. They're actual 3D objects. They're not just it's not just a 2D texture. And we have overcast. And then this is where things get interesting. We have foggy, which I really love. Especially if you're like going through the forest. It looks a little bit creepy, but also pretty cool. And then we have light rain. And if I put it on thunderstorm, it'll get really interesting. There we go. It's probably really loud, so let me turn it down a bit. There we go. Yeah, and one thing I really love about this weather system is that it will actually make stuff look wet, so when it's raining. For example, if I go to here, you can already see that the ground has puddles forming on it. The puddles, the rain, when it hits the ground, it's affecting it. And even the house, the walls of it start to look wet. And yeah, I really love that about it. And we should be able to Spot some, yeah. Spot some lightnings in the distance. Let me quickly get the camera out again. Go into God mode. And other than this, we have ourselves a light snow. And yeah, snow starts to form on the ground, as I said before. Let's make it winter so that we have, it looks more appropriate. All right. Yes, so on the dirt side of the map, the snow will not cover the ground, so you can still use the ground if you want to. And as the snow kind of picks up, if it's a blizzard, then you can see it's fully covered. Compared to something like just normal snow or a light snow. And one more thing that goes really nicely with this whole weather system is the wind system that we have in the game. And that is something that... let me show you guys over here. Right. So this is just a pretty much normal calm day. You can see the trees are still kind of swaying around. But if I actually, let's just go into the middle of the map. So we have a bit more room. Right. So you can kind of see the trees are swaying around a bit. And if I get myself the wind intensity, and we can crank that up. And it affects all of the trees, it affects the grass, as you can see. It affects every foliage in the game at the same time. And we can even change the direction of the wind if we decide to. So yeah, that's that way. Then we can make them go this way. And yeah, this will work really nicely. We haven't incorporated this with the blizzard system and the weather system yet, but it'll work really nicely together. Can we know more about the lore of the game? Right, that is an interesting subject. Basically, at the start of the game, if I want to go through it as quick as I can, start of the game, you are a city boy, you live in the city, and you find this auction for this plot of land, and you had enough of your job, it's not going well, relationship's not going well, so you're looking for an escape. So you find this auction on this plot of land, and you go to the auction. And this is the bit that you can actually play. You get to play the auction. You can lose the auction, which causes the game to end there and then. Or if you win the auction, then you move to Sunnyside and you get your plot of land. And that's how you move into it. We didn't want to do the grandpa story. We thought that was a bit overdone. So this is our version of it. The lore of the game in terms of the main quest line is about this robot called Sparky. So if I show you guys Sparky, some of you has probably already seen Sparky. If the textures load, that'd be great. So Sparky lives in a cave nearby your farm. He is actually shut down. He's not operating. But if you turn him on, when you reach him, if you press the button on top of his head and you turn him on, then you start the main quest line of the game, which revolves around you making your way through the depths of the caves to reach the end of the cave and figure out basically the history behind Sparky. Sparky has lost his memory module, so he doesn't remember anything, so you can help him retrieve his memory module. And this is Sparky right now. He's probably going to see some improvements because I'm not the biggest fan of the texturing on him, but his model is probably going to stay rather the same. This is the cafe. Again, the cafe is still under work as well. If you're a Persona fan, I was super inspired by Leblon in Persona 5, so I decided to make this cafe. It's still not fully done. Some of the stuff in it are missing, but this is where Sebastian would be serving you. And throughout the game, you can see people hanging out in the cafe, having a nice cup of coffee. You can bring dates to the cafe, and some dates would really appreciate that, actually. I don't think Sebastian would be too thrilled to take him to his own cafe for the dates, so maybe don't do that. Yeah, I tried to make it as cozy as possible. Is there a beach? Yes, there are a few. So let me just quickly go up again. So this is the one side of the beach. There is another one over there, which is kind of the main beach of Sunnyside. This is where you can see people hanging out or summer events taking place. And then that's the island that we have. That's kind of mystical, but there's a lot of sand around this island, as you can see. But swimming is going to be a thing in the game, and you can even go underwater. So we haven't really worked on it currently. It's just starfish and whatnot. It has a cool caustic effect on the rocks, but we haven't done much vegetation under the water, which is definitely going to be added when we hopefully get funded. What the town center look like? Will there be a main place for festivals? Yes, so I can't show you the town center because we actually don't still have it. We have maps and drawings of it, but we actually haven't modeled the town itself. It's something we really want to put time into. Probably we're going to put like at least half a year into just making the town, modeling it, animating people inside it, because it's such an important part of the game. And one thing I realized, by the way, I didn't show you guys the day-night cycle, because I just thought it's not that important of a thing. So you can change the cloud coverage using that, but also you can change time of day. So this is what sunrise would look like. No, that's a sunset. Sunrise is from the other side, and this is the night. We have some nice auroras in the sky, and the moon is really big. Yeah, I really do love the way sunrise especially look with a cloudy day. Pet fish. Yes, you can have a fish tank, and you can have a fish in it, and you can name it as well. Are we having tortoise and other animals? Yes, so we have a lot of obviously we have wild animals, but things like tortoises, yes. I love tortoises and frogs and alligators, so definitely we're going to model those and add them to the game, but probably they're going to be modeled and added towards the latter side of the development, later side of the development, so probably next year we'll get to that. Oh, one cool thing that I've done is that during spring we have snow on top of the mountains because it has not been melted yet. Yes, we have a stamina system. It's already at work actually. If I just put myself back in here. That down there is the stamina, and currently it's nothing in there because I set it to unlimited so that I can do the development stuff. And oh yeah, we have a map as well, which you can't move because it's still not working fully, but the minimap works well. And as you can see, you can place it shows you what's on the map. So we have the shop over there, we have the house over there. I have a second house in the distance. That's what that is, by the way. Having treasure at sea, definitely, because exploration is a big part of the game, and underwater exploration is also really important. Oh, let me also show you guys what will happen if you start a fire during the snow. If it's snowing. Let me just put that there. And look at that. You start to melt the snow around it, and I think that looks pretty cool. I think that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Sorry about all of the technical issues we had. Definitely not as much as I expected. But thank you for hanging out with us. We're going to have another stream possibly next week, but I will let you guys know on all of our socials. If you've supported the game on the Kickstarter, thank you so much for helping us bring this to life. We've been working on this for the past 6-7 months, really focused on it, and we want to finish it. We want it to be something memorable, not just another farming game out there. We want this to be like the next Stardew Valley. So thank you so much for supporting. If you haven't checked it, do check the Kickstarter. And yeah, thank you guys for coming again, and I will see you all in the next stream. Take care.